Please subscribe.
Yeah, and I had somebody who's wanting me to ask you a question. We just seen, recently we've got the cannabis Delta H9 and stuff that was, all in the news, and the ABC got it, or ABC board's now taking over. His name's H Marty Shelper. Wanted me to ask you, what is your position on the legalization of
Marty.
cannabis?
She's actually a woman.
Oh, Marty. Okay, sorry, I was just
Marty Flipper. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to misgender anyone.
You're misgendering poor Marty.
Yeah. So she wanted me to ask, what is your position on medical cannabis decriminalization?
So there again, Montgomery could just about mess up everything. And when you give Montgomery power, they're going to try to decide who controls the industries. And that's why, and then the more people that give more money to the politicians to get elected, because unfortunately, Alexis de Tocqueville in Democracy in America wrote in the 1800s that money used to be a detriment to getting into politics. Not only would it not help you get in, but it actually prevented people from voting for you if you had money. People were smart enough not to vote for money. Now the candidates have to have money because everybody in Alabama is only going to vote for the candidate with money because they've got a slick campaign ad. That's what happens with the medical cannabis down in Montgomery. The folks down there are going to divide up the spoils and give it to the folks that are going to support their campaigns. I was just up, I took my RV up to Michigan and went to Lake Mackinac up there. And I rode my motorcycle without a helmet to a cannabis store. You can walk in there, it's not a bunch, the anti-weed folks will say, oh, it's horrible, it's going to addict all the kids. It's a bunch of old men up there, and you can walk in there and get what you want, turn around, walk out, and go smoke pot. And it's, I thought it's like, we don't have that kind of freedom in Alabama. I mean, I can't ride. If I rode up to the grocery store without my helmet, I would get arrested and pulled over. And then, and usually where you go to get your drugs is the high schools. They're the ones that have the drugs because that's where the pushers go. And then if they're out of pot, they'll try to
support the legalization of cannabis. Would you support the legalization?
Yes, I would. Yes,
okay.
Yes, I would. And they try to do that as a divisive thing, saying, "Oh, I want what's for freedom. I want the American people to be as free as possible, especially Alabamians."